Life is a journey that often begins quietly, with the soft unfolding of moments that seem ordinary yet contain the seeds of extraordinary change. We wake each day with the chance to become more than what we were yesterday, to transform our fears into courage, our doubts into determination, our pain into wisdom, and though the path is rarely smooth, though obstacles rise with cruel timing, though shadows of the past cling stubbornly to our steps, we keep moving. Because deep inside every human heart lies an unstoppable force that whispers of hope, that nudges us toward growth, that reminds us we are capable of far more than we imagine. So even when life feels heavy, even when failure weighs down our spirit, we must remember that failure is not the end but a lesson, a teacher dressed in disguise, a compass pointing us to new direction. And in those lessons we find the raw material of resilience, the strength forged not in comfort but in the fires of struggle, the kind of strength that allows us to rise again, and again, stronger, wiser, braver, because life is not about avoiding pain, but about learning to dance with it, to endure it, to emerge from it renewed. And in that renewal we discover that growth is not a single leap, but a series of small steps, repeated daily, each step an act of defiance against despair, each breath a declaration that we are still here, still trying, still alive. And when we look closely at the tapestry of human history, we see that every great achievement was born not from perfection, but from persistence, not from ease, but from effort, not from certainty, but from courage. For courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face fear, to act even when our hands shake, to speak even when our voice trembles, to walk forward even when the path is unclear. And in doing so we inspire others, because our lives are not solitary, they are connected, woven together by threads of love, friendship, and shared struggle. And when we rise, we show others they can rise too. When we shine, we light the way for those still searching in the dark. And this ripple of hope, this chain of inspiration, is what gives meaning to our existence. So we must ask ourselves each day, what kind of legacy do we wish to leave? What kind of mark do we want to carve on the canvas of time? Not in terms of wealth or power, but in terms of kindness, courage, truth. For it is these things that endure, long after our names are forgotten, long after our voices fade. And though the world may tell us otherwise, though society may measure success by titles and possessions, deep down we know that true success is measured by impact, by the love we give, by the lives we touch, by the strength we offer in moments when others falter, by the hope we plant when despair threatens to take root. And so let us live with intention, with purpose, with the boldness to follow dreams even when they scare us, with the humility to learn from every stumble, with the grace to forgive ourselves and others, because forgiveness is freedom, and without it we carry chains too heavy to bear. And as we free ourselves, we open space for joy, for creativity, for discovery. And with that discovery we find that the world is vast, full of wonder, full of beauty, full of possibility, and yet that beauty often hides in plain sight, in the laughter of a child, in the warmth of sunlight on our face, in the quiet of dawn, in the embrace of someone who sees us for who we truly are. And to see it we must slow down, breathe, be present, because presence is where life happens, not in the regrets of yesterday nor the anxieties of tomorrow, but here, in this breath, in this heartbeat, in this moment. And if we can learn to live fully here, now, then each day becomes not a burden but a gift, not a race but a journey, not a struggle alone but an adventure shared. And though storms will come, though seasons will change, though endings will break our hearts, still the cycle of renewal continues, still spring follows winter, still dawn follows night, still healing follows hurt. And we discover that nothing is permanent, not joy, not sorrow, not fear, not pain, and in that impermanence lies both the ache of loss and the beauty of possibility. So we must hold gently to what we love, cherish it without clinging, appreciate it without needing to possess. For love is not ownership but presence, not control but freedom. And when we love in this way, we create bonds that endure, bonds that uplift, bonds that heal, and in those bonds we find our truest selves, selves that are not isolated but part of something greater, something vast and mysterious, something that calls us toward compassion, toward empathy, toward service, For to serve is not to diminish but to expand. To give is not to lose but to gain. And as we give, we grow. As we serve, we discover purpose. As we love, we become whole. And so let us rise each morning with gratitude. Let us face each challenge with resilience. Let us walk each path with courage. Let us meet each person with kindness. Let us live each day as though it matters, because it does, more than we know. And in the end, when we look back upon the road we have traveled, it will not be the moments of ease we remember, but the times we persevered, the times we loved, the times we dared, the times we chose hope over despair, courage over fear, faith over doubt. And it is in those choices that our story will be written, a story not of perfection, but of persistence. Not of fame, but of meaning, not of wealth, but of love. And that story, your story, my story, our story, will echo far beyond us, inspiring others to take their first steps, to keep going, to believe, to rise. And in that endless rising, humanity moves forward together toward light, toward growth, toward a better tomorrow.